Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. It is time for the Red Sox Racing Series, set to get underway. As you can tell, we are at Road America, and it is a different car than we normally see here in the USF 2000. Got a special guest join with me. First, we got to introduce Todd Chase Jr. Todd, welcome to the booth, sir.
Yeah, it's great to be back here at Road America, and like you mentioned, we're in a whole new, different car this time.
Yeah, a whole different car, and now it is time for us to introduce our guest here in the booth. It is not only a multiple-time winner here in the Red Sox Racing Series, but a very good one at that. It is Cameron Bidwell from the team PG-13. Cameron, welcome to the booth, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Ready to get this one underway. I know you would rather prefer to be in the race car, I'm sure. I can't blame you there.
Yeah.
But with your computer being down and stuff, it is what it is for right now. Talk about this upcoming season. Talk a little bit about tonight's race.
I think it's going to be a good one tonight. These cars, they're not super high horsepower, so I think drafting is going to be a huge player in this. So I'm hoping to see some really tight racing between everybody. Because the cars are a little bit slower, you can't really break away as easy. And it's gonna be, I think, very similar to a Skip Barber type of race, except a little bit better downforce characteristics on the cars. But it should be a good one.
I would agree with that. Todd, we was talking a little bit earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and let you pick, Todd. Who gets the championship?
Well, I think Cameron's gonna like this. I have to go with Paul. He seems, season in and season out, he's always the guy that's right there at the top. So I definitely got to pick Paul.
So I'm going to ask Cameron this as well, even though he probably would rather choose himself, but I'm not going to let that happen. So, Cameron, who gets the championship?
Who gets the championship? Man, I think I'm going to have to go with my boy Nikhil. He
just stole my pick.
In the past,
can't do that.
The past couple seasons, man, he's just puts in a lot of time, a lot of laps, and he just missed it last season, and I think he's due for one. And I think this is going to be it for him.
So, I don't know. Since both of you stole my pick, thanks. Alex Larose, just because he's on top of the board. That'd be fun.
I mean, I'm going to cut you off. I mean, Alex does have a broken leg.
He's racing on a broken leg and he's first? He's
got a broken ankle right now, yeah.
Holy crap.
He's got a cast, so he's
impressive.
Mr. Gimpy right now is in the number one in qualifying.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
That's a good pick, man. Alex is a machine out there.
So let's talk a little bit about this upcoming schedule. By the way, qualifying is underway right now. You guys are seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Tire Motorsports. When do you think you'll be back? Do you know yet?
Well, we have the Daytona 24 on the 28th, so I'm hoping to get everything back up and running prior to that. So
hopefully soon.
Maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, good. So we got Road America tonight, Canadian Tire next week. Todd, we both like Canadian Tire. We've seen some great racing there over the past few seasons. Then we go to Laguna Seca. We was talking about this pre-race before we came on the air. We think that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, with that corkscrew and everything else, and that'll actually be my first broadcast at that racetrack, so
that'd be fun for you.
Really excited for that.
Yeah, I think Cameron, we was talking. You wasn't a big fan of that track last time we was there.
I mean, I just struggle there. I'm really inconsistent there. The thing is, I absolutely love the track, but it's very slick. And I've made a comment before: a track that has grass or sand instantly outside of the concrete with no runoffs, that's a real track, and you get penalized so easily or so quickly if you're not on your game. So Laguna is just tough.
I agree. So then we come on February the 3rd. It is the broadcaster's choice of the oval. Yes, I said oval for the Red Sox Racing Series. So
it'll be different.
It will be different. Everybody's going to hate us very much, I think, Todd.
I think so too.
Hopefully we make it hard where everybody literally wrecks in the first corner. That'd be funny. Not sure how that's going to work. Cause we're not sure if it's going to be 30-minute races or cautions on. I'm not sure. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I did talk to Terry earlier about that, and he did say that there will be full course yellows in that. So
good. Then we go to Watkins Glen, which will be fun. We know that. Mid Ohio is going to be good. Summit Point going to be very interesting. Cameron loves that place as well.
It's a great place.
Yeah, didn't you wreck there last time we was there?
Thanks for bringing that up there, Adam.
Sorry. And then we got a New Hampshire Motor Speedway Oval, which is going to make things very interesting. What's your thoughts on the Oval this year? Because we know you guys out on the road. We don't know you guys on the Oval. What's your thoughts on hitting the two ovals?
All right, so you're asking me, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Well, I can only speak for a few of the PG-13 guys because those are my teammates.
Right.
But I would say half of our team were born and raised on circle track. So people that you may not see in the top 5 consistently, you may see are some of the most dominant drivers on an oval track.
Yeah, and
at least from our team, and I hope that same thing happens with other people in the league as well. That because there's a widespread of talent here, but like you said, it's all been road course. So we're about to see some other talent from individuals that we may not always see up at the top.
Which is always better racing in general.
100%.
So I will say, 35 drivers in here tonight.
Yeah, that's
Quite a few. I think this
Yeah.
might be our record. I think our most is 34.
Awesome.
Or 31, 34, something like that. I know it's right there. So this might be our record for us anyway to have this many drivers in the Red Sox. Hopefully this continues all season long. There is one driver missing, of course. He's in the booth, but thanks for bringing that up. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But no, I am looking forward to a lot of these tracks that we go to. The ovals are going to be very interesting. We're not sure 100% what we're going to do as far as the broadcaster choice. We talked a couple times. We got an idea of what track we're running. I will say that. We do have an idea of what track we want to run. We know that there's got to be some testing done on it before it gets approved because it has to be approved by the league admins, of course. But hopefully that's what it'll be. But anyway, qualifying is wrapping up here, and right now it is Paul Gibson of the PG-13 with Alex Larose, Ross Booth, another very good driver and broadcaster on twitch.tv/TheRealZippy. Tommy Ryan just moved into 4th place. We've seen him, Todd. I mean, you broadcasted him win the championship a few months ago. He's up to 4th, and then Eric Dalla, I hope I'm saying that right, but Eric Dalla River, I hope that's how you say his name.
I think that's right, yeah.
Probably wrong, Todd. Nicole Kopker, Ryan Robertson, Mitch Hill, Chris Shieldsmith, and Brian Arby is in the top 10. So, anyway, we talked about who's winning the championship. Todd, who gets to win tonight?
Well, I'm actually going to pick Ross Booth tonight.
Good pick.
To win this race.
Good pick. Cameron, same goes to you.
I am going to pick my boy Alex. He's been out for a little bit, and I think he's excited and ready to get back in. So I think he's coming out with a lot of energy tonight.
I'm gonna pick Ryan Robertson. Don't know why. It's just right there. I about went with Nikhil on this one, but I think Ryan could be doing something. We'll have to wait and see. So, all right, let's get ready to go. By the way, for people that do not know, Cameron has a Twitch as well. I was talking about Ross as well, about his Twitch, _Zippy. Cameron, what is your Twitch again?
It's C Bidwell 91.
There you go. And you're on Twitch, or are you on Facebook, or are you on YouTube? Okay.
I'm on Twitch and Facebook. And again, thanks for guessing that. I mean, I appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so here we are behind the iRacing Ford, Kia / Chevrolet hybrid pace car. We don't really know what it is. I really wish, Cameron, we got a thing here with trackside where iRacing, we always try to push for it. We really want iRacing to let us paint the pace car.
That'd be awesome.
I think that would be really cool, especially for leagues. As sponsors or anything like that would be awesome. I'm surprised they haven't, to be honest, but especially like college, you got the Coke series, you got other pro series that runs, and you would think you'd see like Coke as a sponsor of the pace car or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, ready to go green. You guys are looking live at the grid as well. As you can see, Paul Gibson is on top of the board with Alex Rose, Ross Booth, Tommy Ryan, Eric right there in the 74, Nikhil Kopker, Ryan Robertson, Mitch Heller in your top 8. Then in row 5, we got Chris Shieldsmith, Brian right there in the 10 car. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, the 11 car. And there's the rest of the field as they go down. Les Turner back there in the 22nd spot. We mentioned a lot more drivers in here tonight than we normally see, so that's always a good thing. Kevin, Kyle, Roman, Trent Brown back there as well. Trent could be fast. Didn't have a great qualifying effort, but we'll see how he does. Andrew Fitzgerald, David Berry back in here. Been a while since I've seen that name. There's Jim as well. Still don't know how you say his name, Todd. Graznio.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me.
So 34. Trevor Hunt, by the way.
Graziano. Graziano.
Yeah, Graziano.
I'm glad y'all can read better than me. And then there's the rest of the field.
Got you, Jim.
You got it, man. I'm glad somebody can. I'm from Tennessee. We don't have the greatest education here. So. I said it. Don't worry. So there's your grid. Set to go.
Yep. The field's starting to roll, and you know, Chapman, I'm sitting here looking. There's something different here. We got instead of a 30-minute race, it's a 40-minute race.
Are you sure?
That's what it's showing right here on the banner for iRacing. 40-minute, 14-lap race.
It's 14 laps. Anyway, that's all good. Let's get ready to go green here in just a moment. Looking forward to this one. A lot of cars, a lot of different looks in this race compared to what we're usually used to seeing. So that's going to be fun to see how these guys go. By the way, for people that do not know, if I'm not mistaken, Red Sox was actually founded by an open wheel series when they actually started a long time ago. I think it was like 10 or 11 years ago. There was actually an open wheel series when they first opened up. So kind of getting back to the roots a little bit here with these open wheel cars. Cameron, a little bit different. One thing about this race is you do not want to touch somebody with these cars on their tire or anywhere else.
Yeah, that's correct. It's deadly, especially. I don't know if these cars have the new damage model or not. I haven't driven them recently, but if you touch wheels, someone's going to go flying, and parts are probably going to go with it. So
I think they do.
I think they do too.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Be precision driving here for sure.
By the way, who did the paint schemes for all you guys? Was it
Matthew Gosh.
That's who it was. Okay.
It's OMG Paints is his actual business name. But he does all of our paints for us. He makes us look good day in, day out on everything. And
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, big shout out to him.
And you guys got a lot of people in the team, so he does a lot of work.
We keep growing, so it's crazy, man. He puts
like,
in a lot of time. Yeah, and actually him and a few of the guys on the team, a lot of the decals on our cars are made up sponsors.
Oh, okay.
So you have like Top Gear Racing Basins.
That's right.
Gosh's brake check service, stuff like that. And so they've made all of these logos for us. And cool. he gets them all in the cars, so it's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome. All right, so we're getting ready to go green, like I said here in just a minute. As you're looking high above Road America here. You like this track? Anybody?
I like this racetrack. I just don't like it when it's really super greasy. Yeah, speaking of that, what is the track temp and weather?
Why'd you ask me that, dude? I don't know. I got this wrong overlay up. I have no idea.
Oh, Lord.
I'll
look.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, so the track temp is 85 degrees and the air temp is 77.
Cold tires, by the way. You think cold tires mean more in these cars than they do the GT3 like you guys are used to racing?
They probably warm up pretty quick, I would say.
Yeah, I would think so too. Within a lap or two, I think they would warm up. So I don't think it'd be a big issue. But
we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
Todd,
cars are light, but the tires are small. So
there you go. Todd, first race of the season. Why don't you bring us to the green flag?
All right. Pace car looks for pit road. As it will be Paul Gibson and Alex Larose getting ready to set the field to start this new season here in the USF 2000.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out in the air here at Road America. Paul Gibson does not get a decent launch as he's got Alex Larose to his inside. We'll see what happens down here in turn one.
Look at all these cars, 35 of them heading into turn one. This is going to be fun.
Larose will take the lead from Gibson at the moment. I'm sorry, that was Gibson. I'm messing up already.
Just looking through the field right now, making sure everybody's okay. You're looking at Robert in that 199 car. Everybody looks pretty good here early right now. Cameron, we got one car that's off the track right now. We're going to put access to the grass. It might have been Andrew Fitzgerald, I believe. So right now, everybody looks pretty good.
For the lead. Larose hanging tough with Gibson. As they work their way up through this top of the hill right here. I forget the name of this corner.
Greg.
Yep.
Not sure who this is. We're going to have to go back up in the replay because this was a multiple car pileup. Hopefully we can see who all this is.
Terry's in there.
Yeah, my ATVO's running a little slow too, but look at all the slicing and dicing here up front. Man, Cameron, you were right. Some of the slower racing stuff does work a lot better than some of the racing stuff because these guys are really making some dicey moves.
Oh yeah, when you don't have a lot of horsepower, you can't really get away from the car behind you. So, and there's such long straightaways here. Even if you get a really good run to make up 1 or 2 tenths in a corner, if you have any type of straightaway, they're going to make that right back up. So,
great.
Going to be
on board. Yeah.
Oh, we got a wreck further in the field. Trying to see who that was. I believe Mitch Heller was involved.
Ross got around Paul as well.
Yeah. Does look like Alex is going to lead that lap. As now
off the track, that was right behind. We got somebody coming up. I'm not sure who that is. That could have been that new damage model we talked about. Live time is so slow right now. I'm just kind of going with it here. Up front.
Yeah.
Alex,
look at this. Leading. Yeah, look at this. There's a 4-car breakaway now from everybody else.
Yeah, both Ryans are really going to have to work together and draft and see if they can catch these guys and hope that they start battling up front. So Ryan Washaleski, I believe he actually started P10 or P11. He's already up in the top 5.
Yeah.
Correct, by the way. Yeah, he started back in P5, so you are correct on that. There it is.
Also, we got a new race leader. Ross Booth has now gone around to Alex for the top spot.
Ross is Cameron, you know this as well as I do. He's a really great driver.
He's top tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure. And actually, I think the last race we had in Red Sox here, him and Colin Weatherholm on our PG-13 group, they had that side-by-side final lap that was, or last 2 laps were amazing battle, probably one of the best battles I've seen in a long time.
So, all in all, what are y'all seeing here the first couple laps?
Like I mentioned before, a lot of slicing and dicing, but now it looks like the draft is actually coming into play at the end of these long straightaways, like you had mentioned, Cameron.
So you're going to see a lot of moves at the end of these, going into these corners after these long straightaways.
That's what I was going to say. Is that something you all practice a lot of on certain tracks? Because the toe that you get down the straightaways now, we're not 100% sure how big the toe is in these cars exactly yet. But is that something that you all work on? Because that does create passing opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, like with the Daytona race coming, for instance. You know where you want to have a car in front of you to get the most speed coming across the finish line, things like that. So when we practice, a lot of it's just messing around, wrecking each other and stuff. But we do like to see the driving characteristics of the cars in a draft and things like that, just to make sure that we're fast in all areas, especially when we're not on a fixed setup and we're doing something open. We want it to be good in traffic. So
I'm gonna pop over my other theme now. Finally, since I found it. Anyway, watching some good racing at the moment here. As we are on lap 3 of 14 here, like we said. You see Ross Booth currently on top of the board here in that number 6 car.
Actually, Alex just got around him for that position. I was waiting to mention that.
Yeah, right, there it is. Back up front.
Knowing Ross, he won't mind that before the pit.
I was going to ask you, do y'all pay attention to that?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
We all know that as long as Ross is within 2 to 3 spots of the leader, I think he's comfortable before the pit. he's one of the best fuel saving and pit strategy that I've come across in iRacing. Just he practices his pit ins and he nails it every single time.
We had a wreck back here. This was Roman, I believe, in the 303, getting a little bit too hot. It looks like he just whips around into the sand trap.
A break for him. So
some of these higher downforce cars, you want to get them to rotate, so there's a lot of rear brake bias, and that can cause those situations for sure.
So with this race only being 14 laps long, when do you guys think these guys would be coming down pit road to try to make it to the end?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we've talked about this a lot, Todd. We always talk about this.
Always.
Now, Cameron, you can probably answer this. I don't know if you want to answer this. Strategy away from future races. Do you prefer to pit later, or do you guys prefer to pit earlier?
It's a funny topic. I used to pit. There was one season I pitted early, and it seemed to work out every time except once, and I don't think I've heard the end of that from Trent ever since. So ideally, you want the least amount of fuel in your car possible, so your car is always at its lightest. So unless there's a circumstance that happens to where you need to pit, or you really truly think it's the right thing to do, going as long as you possibly can and driving on the least amount of fuel will be most ideal, and then you also take the least amount of pit lane.
Is there a guy in this league, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because eventually we're going to have, the oval side of things, as you see Terry Dollar, he got involved in that wreck, by the way. Still a very nice car in that 53, you want to point that out at Hamburg Brewing Company. But is there a guy in this series that is very difficult to pass?
Nikhil.
Okay. You hate trying to pass him?
I'm just saying that because he's on my team, but Nikhil knows how to block. He can make the car as wide as he possibly wants to, and he's very, very hard to pass.
I've also noticed when I did that short little summer season with you guys, I believe that was in the GT3 cars, Mark Wilson was actually another one that was really hard to pass as well.
Yeah, Mark can definitely block. I would say in the last couple seasons, Mark has focused more on just having to run in a cleaner race.
Right.
Because I've noticed, the amount of incidents that he's involved in have significantly dropped since I've been in the league. And I don't mean that in a bad way or anything like that. When you're racing aggressive and you're fighting for positions, things happen, right? But last season, for sure, I think he got a podium, and he was super excited about it, and that's what he's been striving for, is just getting those clean laps in. So when he really wants to block, he will, for sure.
Is he the most aggressive blocker, you think, or would that go with Nikhil?
Nikhil's pretty aggressive with his blocks. Ryan, when we were at Mosport, he can block really well too. Ryan Washaleski.
Oh.
So kudos to him. He knows how to place his car exactly where he needs to. So.
Yeah, I always wonder, because you guys know more than we do, because you're all in the car, you see everything. As you see Ross Booth getting passed, well, maybe not getting passed by Eric. They're just staying fourth right now, but Ross does go back to third as Paul Gibson takes second. But you guys know, the most aggressive drivers. I'm sure certain drivers you try to steer clear from. I mean, I think every series has that. No matter real life or not, I think every series has that certain driver I don't want to stay away from. But.
Yeah, that happens.
By the way,
Keith is back for this season. He took a season off. Yeah.
Right now we're in 16th, right behind Chris Mendez. And Shane Hunter in 14th. So kind of a three-way battle going on there. So I'm curious is when we get to these oval tracks, if we have 35 drivers show up on these oval tracks, that's going to make things fun as you see a battle here for the lead.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks like Paul's gonna check out of that at the moment.
Oh boy, Paul Gibson, this is great news for you, Cameron, because, you never know. Not learning.
Yeah, I'm just sitting on Paul's lap right now. This is great.
Yeah, he loves hearing that one. Hop on board.
Yeah.
That's funny. Crossing start finish line. So right here it looks like where you get your biggest toe, I'm guessing. Right towards the end of the straightaway. Here it comes.
Wouldn't surprise me if he lives here. Going for it.
And looks like he's going to take it. He's going to bring Ross with him on the inside.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. I thought he might live there a little bit too. Maybe try to just get that draft and stay in that toe a little bit.
Well, as a driver in this situation, I don't know a whole lot about. I believe is that Eric in number P4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Eric. Throws down some really
quick
laps. Yeah, but I don't know his like racecraft or anything like that. So he would be the only one that I would be really careful around in this situation.
Just because
if
you
I
don't
was
know him like
the
that.
top three, exactly. You know, so far he hasn't done anything that I've seen that would give me any alarms. Yeah, but you know, the top three, they've raced with each other a lot. They're going to give each other room, but they have a good idea what they're all going to be doing.
How long have you guys been in Red Sox now? This is probably what, the fifth season maybe?
Yeah, we were doing GT4s when I first came in. I think Trent Brown invited us. He was in here with you guys for a little bit, and then invited our team. We're only like 4 cars at that time, I think.
How about Les Turner, Todd? He's up to 11.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job right now.
Driving the best paint out there.
Yeah,
Batman.
because
I don't know what. You ever seen a Batman drive? That is pretty cool paint though. You ever seen Batman drive an open wheel car? You are now. Now he's doing a nice job. He started 22nd.
yeah, he's doing a really good job.
And our biggest mover right now is Chris Jimenez. He's actually up 18 spots from where he started. He's up 14.
Oh, we haven't seen that name in a little bit, have we?
No, it's been. I don't think he raced last season.
It's been a while.
He may have raced one last season. Oh gosh. I thought he was going to cut that grass off.
Someone's looking at the black box. That's what's going on there. All right, he's good.
It's good to see some different style of racing. We got a battle back up front. Alex Larose is going to take back the lead from Gibson.
Yeah, and look at this. We're already halfway through this race.
Such good racing so far.
It really is.
You know, I think this car actually does great on these races. You know, we don't know how they're going to be on the oval, but we don't know much of anything. So,
If you've ever seen Mazda Cup races on oval tracks where they're 4 wide, 16 rows deep,
Yes.
that's what this car is going to be like on an oval.
I feel like that too.
Promise you.
Yeah, I feel like
it's going to be a riot. That's for sure.
I want to say starting Mazda. We got. There's the 210 and the 86. So it's Todd Robinson's faster. Yeah, I raced the Star Mazda. I can't remember if it's still that's what they're called now. I don't think that's what they're called. But I raced it at Indianapolis, and we literally crossed 4 wide for the finish.
holy
it's
crap.
just constantly, like you're 4 wide, 3 wide through the corners. I mean, like constantly. It's so much fun.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a blast. And they ain't the fastest cars by any means, you know. I think they might be called Pro Mazda now, maybe, but I don't know. But they're a blast. So pit stop's gonna be happening here soon, I would guess.
Oh, yeah, I would think so in the next few laps, I would say.
Good battle here between this 86 and the 210, bringing up Chris Shilsmith as well. That's another guy that we really don't talk a lot about. Is Chris? He's a really good driver.
Yeah, Chris is, especially in this Open Class Series, I was going to bring this up. I'm expecting big things out of him this season.
Right.
Just due to the fact that in his off time, when he's not running Red Sox, when he does official races, he's always in F3. He loves that league, and so this type of car really caters to his skill set. And, I mean, he's already made up a few spots tonight, and I think this is going to be a really good season for him because he's going to be in something he's extremely comfortable with.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be good. I think there's going to be a lot of names, like you mentioned earlier, that we're not used to seeing. That's a nice paint. I like that chrome look to that. But I'm very much looking forward to see how this season goes for a lot of guys. So, I think this could be a turnaround because with any series, and you can probably answer this, momentum's a big thing going into the next race. If you have a good finish, it makes you want to even do better next race.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a confidence builder, right? You can go in knowing that you can hang with some of these guys. So, yeah, I mean whenever you do really well, you just super excited, and you can't wait to get back out there and battle with them again.
Oh, we got Trent Brown going through the grass here, battling with Les Turner for the 11th position. Looked like he had a run on Les, and it just looked like Les kind of crowded him, and then he just kind of basically got the right side or the left sides into the grass, and it just pulled him in the rest of the way.
Well, he's still got 29 drivers on the lead lap. Back to James Postel Jr. James is an awesome guy, by the way. I didn't even mention that. I say that every season.
Yeah.
He does a lot of stuff for the series. He is really a cool guy. He always seems nice. I haven't raced with him by any means. So.
He's hilarious. I actually tried to meet him in person because he works in Detroit at the airport. So I recently did some work travel, and I tried to get in touch with him, but he was busy. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet him. But he's hilarious, and he's got I don't think I've ever seen him mad or anything like that. He just comes out here and loves racing with everybody.
Here's Zachary Sullivan. He's working on Mark Wilson. You got 3 Mark up to 9th right now. Mark's actually up 14 spots from where he started, so he's doing a nice job.
Way to go, Mark.
That's a nice paint he's running, too.
Also, here we go again. Paul Gibson taking the lead back, going into turn 1. I kind of feel like these guys are just going back and forth now.
I agree. Pit stop. Les Turner's on pit road. Bill Paul Lucky's on pit road. Mitch Heller may have had an accident. I think he did. We're going to back this up. Yep, there you go, right into the wall. Here's what happened in the instant replay of that. He was running a pretty big pack here with the 59.45. There he goes. Into the wall.
In GT3, you would have bounced right off, no damage, and you could get right back out there and maybe lose 10 seconds. But that's the race ending.
Bent up and everything else. You're not driving out anywhere. Well, up front, it's still Alex Rose, Paul Gibson, Ross Booth, and Eric. We are coming down to 5 laps to go. Next time by at the line.
Yeah, this is going a lot quicker than I would actually thought.
It's a good race. I'm not going to lie. This is actually really fun.
Yeah.
There's so many battles throughout the entire field.
There is.
That's awesome to see.
A lot of group battles, which I really like seeing. That makes it fun for everybody because it just don't let us focus on the leaders. It literally lets us focus everywhere. There's so much more stuff going on. So you can go back here. Shane Hunter, Trevor Hunt, Trevor in the 59. Right behind the 55 of Andrew Fitzgerald. That's a nice paint too. So we'll be waiting for the leaders to come down pit road. These top 4 still in that same group. Here they come up pit road, and somebody's going to stay out. Ross Booth decided to stay out an extra lap. That's interesting.
There you go. That's that fuel saving I was telling you about.
I wonder, pit stops do not take very long on these cars, by the way. You do not take tires, so keep that in mind. Or most of the time you don't, so I don't expect them to take tires. Would you take tires in these cars?
No.
Okay, I want to make sure.
No, I don't even have to drive them to know that.
There you go.
No, this slow of a race, I mean, or not slow of a race, this short of a race, you wouldn't really need to. Even on IndyCar, I think you could probably survive on primaries. Or alternatives, I mean.
Want to mention our biggest mover so far right now is Chris Jimenez, up 20 spots, I believe.
Keep in mind, some pit stops have been done, but still, he's on pit road now, so we'll see where that shakes up at into the box. He'll be good to go here in just a moment. Ross Booth will be waiting to see if he comes in.
Expect Ross to make up 1, possibly 2 positions in his pit stop.
Oh, 100%. He always does.
Taking in, a half gallon less fuel.
Mm-hmm.
If he hits his pit lane entry, he's going to make up some time.
That's going to be fun to watch after all these pit stops have completed. Right now, Ross Booth, Ryan Wachowski, Ryan Robertson, Robert in the 199. Still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Been really that way for like 7 seasons. And Jim in the 34. How do you pronounce that name, Cameron? You're good at pronouncing.
His last name?
Yep, Robert.
Yep.
It's a Kanshin. Kanshin, like the CI is like a SH.
All right, that is. Nobody has ever told me anything, so Kanshin it is. I'm just gonna have him in my ear every race, even when he starts racing, and just
I think we used to say Kansian all the time, and I want to say someone told us that was wrong, and it was actually.
I
Kanshin.
literally said Kaneken once. So.
Yeah, that's.
And here we go. Here comes Ross Booth down pit road.
Ryan also coming down pit road. I'm guessing Ryan Robertson also probably going to make the stop as well. He will. So will Robert Kanchin. I hope I said that right. That sounds very awkward coming out of my mouth, but this should cycle back through to Alex possibly. We got a wreck.
Oh.
What a save by Paul Gibson. Holy cow.
Oh,
He was done. He goes a little wide. That was a moment.
Man, he was wheeling in that thing.
That was a moment. And it looks like Ross Booth going to be close, but will give up the lead. Maybe. Whoa!
Oh, he got Alex.
Alex and Ross collide in turn 1, and
no.
both of them probably not going to be done, and Alex will tow Ross Booth getting underway. Here's a look from above on the replay.
No.
Hopefully this will be able to see it better. Oh.
Yeah, I think Alex thought he had him
Came
cleared.
down, yeah. That's tough.
That's a
Well,
tough
now-
one right there.
Now that's going to hand things over to Eric for now, but
Maybe.
he's got Paul Gibson to his inside.
It's really tough to see there.
And it looks like Gibson's going to clear Eric for that top spot. And they cross the line. It will be 3 to go.
So good battle now, but what was a 4-car breakaway now has come down to 2 between Paul Gibson and Eric, and then Ryan Wachowski. How about him? He's up to 3rd. Chris Smith now 4th, and Ryan Robertson 5th. Robert Kanchin is now 6th. That came out so much better, by the way. Ross Booth is now mired back in 7th place with Zachary Sullivan in 8th. So it has changed, and we've got a battle for the lead, and it has switched hands once again.
Yeah, it kind of looks like these guys are going to take it right down to the wire. And, for a first race of the season, that's what we want to see.
This has been great. Yeah, this has been fantastic.
So at this point in the race, I think Paul, it may just be smarter for him to hang back and just hit his marks and try to pressure Eric into a mistake. Because even if he passes Eric, their pace is so close, the draft is going to bring Eric right back around him. So at this point, I think Paul actually has the upper hand by being able to pass him on the last corner, getting that toe, and drag racing to the finish.
Yeah, we could be looking at a really good finish here in this one, as we are at 3 laps to go in this one. Both these guys, I mean, really all 4 that was up there earlier have been pretty much flawless besides the little mishap from Alex. And that's a tough break. Luckily, this league does allow, a drop week, and I'm sure Alex probably used this one. Unfortunately, what could have really been a top 4 finish, maybe even a win, kind of gets turned around. That's a tough break there. Let me ask you a question before we get to 2 laps to go, Cameron. Do you like some of the rules in here, like with the off tracks and making it back around the pit road on the cool down lap?
Yeah, I think it adds a different aspect to driving. There's a lot of penalties that are applied to people because they try to cut it really close, and you have to remember that just getting back to pit lane, it actually gets you more points than sometimes finishing up on a podium. So oftentimes you see Les and Terry, because they're so clean in their racing, they're always top 5 in the points.
There you go. So I'll be honest, I love the rules that they put in place here. I think it's made a very good dynamic. We always have a good points battle for the last race. It's never really a one-sided thing. It's been a long time since we've seen a one-sided season. So I think Paul, I know when we had the triple, multi-class, I know it was a little bit different because I know Mitch Heller clinched it pretty early. I can't remember if Paul did.
Paul clinched his.
I couldn't remember if he did. I know it's close.
Yeah.
But here we go. 2 laps to go. And once again, there's still battles all around the track, as you got right here. This is Mark Wilson, Zachary Sullivan, and Nikhil Kopler for 9th, 10th, or 8th, 9th, and 10th. Nikhil's actually down 4 spots from where he started. And you see him right there in the 42. And Les Turner, by the way, still up 10 spots. Biggest mover right now that I see is Chris Jimenez. Trent Brown's also up 16 spots as well. And he is at 11th right now. So everything else is looking pretty good as we got another car. Who that is? That's Brian Arby coming down pit road. I hope I said that right. Might be Arby. But here we go. Back up front, Paul Gibson and Eric. And could be what Cameron talked about now. Maybe Paul just stand behind him trying to get the draft and use it for that last lap pass possibly. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, if Paul doesn't pass him on this next straightaway, then I think that's a telltale sign that he's just hanging back, because he's definitely within 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's definitely getting that draft. 6 lead changes so far in this race. Probably been more than that. It only comes to lead changes at the start-finish line, so keep that in mind. I'm sure we've had way more than that, but still a pretty good night here of Red Sox Racing Series in the USF 2000 car. Finally, a different kind of car. Even though I love the GT3s and GTEs, it's good to see a different kind of car get raced this season. See if Paul tries to make a move. He looked to the left side, couldn't do much with it. Does look to the right side this time. And yeah, he may be right. He may be trying to set that up.
I think he's just going to try to pressure him, make him go off track there, get in his mirror, and see if he can wear him down.
Oh, Paul made a little mistake right there. I think that was just a product of pushing a little too hard. White flag is in the air here for Eric at Road America.
This would be his first win, I believe, if he's able to cap this off. So we'll have to wait and see. We know Paul will have a chance at this one. Trust me, he's not going to go down without a fight. He's closing that gap a little bit, however.
Closed in there a little bit.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was only about 2/10 actually in that entire straightaway, so it wasn't as big as I thought it would be.
Come off the corner. Now is where your nerves really set in if you're Eric, because this is where pressure, you start feeling the pressure of everything that's going on in this race, and it starts building up, knowing that you're just a few minutes or so away from getting the victory. Heading down into a very tough corner here. Paul closed in right down that corner quite a bit. Out breaking Eric just a little bit, closing that gap in. Really good racing right now all over the racetrack. Right now we're watching the battle for the top spot as Eric Dollarilla tries to get his first victory over Paul Gibson. A little bobble right there from the 74 going through the carousel.
Yeah, see, this is where I think Paul will be able to get him, Cameron. Right down here at the end of this little straightaway, I think he's going to really test
You see Eric
out.
Yeah, Eric is going to try to stop the draft from
Paul really closed in, though.
Yep.
Here he comes.
He's going to have a chance. I just don't know if he's going to be able to make it right here or not. He's going to have to try to outmaneuver him through these corners.
We'll try to over-under here. He's going to get a big run off the last corner on the straight, too.
Look how
Setting him
close.
up.
Almost looks like he gave him the bump there.
He tries to dive it
through
in a
the
little bit.
final quarter.
Gonna be
Get a
Up
better
the
race
hill
up
we
there.
go.
Gonna be
And
close,
we're having a
guys.
drag race.
Yeah, here we go. Paul Gibson looks to the inside, coming to the line.
Oh, boys!
Oh,
I don't-
Paul
Paul-
Gibson.
Oh, wow.
about that
race?
Holy cow. What's up with Road America?
We got some more racing going on all around the track as well. We're not going to miss it. Mark Wilson trying to stay in ninth. He will be able to stay there. It looks like, yes, Mark Wilson will finish ninth. Zachary Sullivan eighth. Trent Brown going to try to hold off Les Turner here. Here comes Les with the big run out of the corner. He's going to look to the left side, not going to be able to get there. Trent Brown going to finish 10th with maybe, yes. Les Turner will finish. Actually, hold on. Les may actually got him at the corner. Les did get Trent at the corner, or at the start-finish line. So, wow. Bill Paul Lucky going to finish 12th. 13th, Chris Spinners. Ross Booth finishes 14th, and Andrew Fitzgerald. How about one of your bosses, I guess we could say, or teammate, let's just put it that way. PG-13, Paul Gibson. How about that, Cameron?
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Paul. That was an amazing drive. He's always consistent. You know, you can't really push him into a mistake, and he's very, very smart in the car. So, you know, that's the type of finish we expect from Paul, for sure.
That was an awesome finish by all three of them guys. It's going to be some good interviews here in just a moment. I really need to get permission over here when nobody's in here anyway right now. So, let's wait till people move in before we do the interviews, but...
Yeah, while we're waiting on that, I do want to say the margin of victory for Paul was 12/100ths of a second.
That's a good finish there.
It's crazy.
That was one heck of a finish. Way to start out the new year.
Quite a few people made up a lot of positions, like 10 plus positions in this race. So congratulations to all those drivers as well.
Yeah, I mean, Robert
just staying clean.
finished sixth. He made a ton of spots in this race to finish sixth. That's a great job on that.
I mean, that's amazing.
Mark Wilson picked up 14 spots. Les Turner 12 spots, and Les with the top 10. That's a pretty good finish. Anytime you finish in the top half of the field in this series is really good.
Look at that. So it looks like Paul will make it back to pit road. So you don't have to worry about that 4-point penalty if you didn't make it.
Awesome job by all of them guys.
Wondering if he actually got a 0x on that. Oh, we got some accidents in the pit lane.
I'm curious. That shouldn't count against him since everybody's across the finish line. I hope not. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's see if we can get some interviews in if I quit hitting the wrong button. We will wait just a moment here as we'll get ready to do them. Todd, what was your thoughts on that one?
Wow. That's all I have to say is wow.
I agree. I thought the racing was pretty fantastic, honestly. For the first race of the season, you cannot beat it. Cameron, what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I was expecting for that race. You know, the pace of these cars, unless you just have a dominant pace, you're not going to be able to break away from the car behind you. So, you know, the tight racing we had, unfortunately, we had a couple of the leaders make contact, but I think we're going to see that all season everywhere we go.
For sure on that one. Let's talk to Paul Gibson. Back in the car this season, Paul, and boy, that was a fun one to watch for us. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. You can't break away at all. There's no way to break away unless there's, you know, collisions and stuff behind you and wrecks. So, and saving fuel doesn't really do anything either because the fuel's so fast. So you just kind of I just kind of rode around and just tried to not crash until the very end.
I hear you. Talk about that last lap. He was able to actually pull a little bit on you to about 4 or 5 tenths, really on the back half of the track, and then maybe made a little bit of a mistake on the Andretti straight, and you was able to close the gap in pretty good.
Yeah, I made a mistake coming to the flag on that lefty coming into the final corner there. Right. And so I had to use the whole first half of the lap to get back to him. And I definitely didn't have enough to get by him on the back straight there. So I was like, I was just going to stay right on him, and maybe I'll have enough coming up onto the front straightaway. And it was just barely, just barely enough. Yep.
For sure on that one. Todd, Cameron, you might have a question for him. Anybody got a question for him?
Yeah, how did you what kind of stuff was said on the mics when you almost spun on the front stretch?
Oh, that was I just drove a little wide, and these things they arrow push really bad when you get close, and I just went a little wide, and it was that was a real close to a spin there. I thought it was almost gone, but thankfully these things are so slow. Down straight away, I just tucked right back into the draft and pulled right back up to them.
Was pretty awesome to see. We've seen you do, by the way. Man, way to start the season off 1 for 1 so far. Shout out to all that you want to give out, man.
Yeah, just the PG-13 boys again for coming out and hanging out and having some fun, and then also to you guys and to Les and Terry for putting everything on for us.
Hey, good job, dude. That was awesome finish.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if we're going to get Ryan or Eric in here. I'm trying to make sure they're not in here. We got a Canadian Tire next week. Do we kind of expect to see the same stuff, you guys think?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll see the similar style of racing.
Canadian Tire is still be a real big draft fest just because a lot of the corners are very fast and wide. So even though the straightaways aren't as long as you see here, you're going to be drafting from basically turn 1 all the way down until you get to the hairpin.
I remember. All right, we got Ryan now in here, finishing in P3. Ryan, it's Adam, Cameron, and Todd. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good, man. Third place for you, starting in 11th. Good way to start the season in a very fun race.
Yep, it just had to be at the cost of 2 of my teammates. You know, I spun Robertson out. I feel bad, but I really don't. He still came in 5th. And then Ross kind of got murdered. But, yeah, it was a good race. Definitely interesting. This is my first race on brand new pedals, so I was not expecting to do this well. But definitely helped me break them in a little bit. I feel a little bit more confident with them. I think you guys where are we at next week?
Canadian Tire. I was going to ask you, what's your thoughts heading there?
It's going to be a nightmare. For one reason, not necessarily the driving, it's the cars. Canadian Tire is a bumpy track.
It is.
And these cars really like to bottom out over little minor bumps. So, it's going to be interesting, but I can definitely Ross Corner or Moss Corner is going to be really difficult in these cars. Is my prediction, just because there's zero clearance on these things.
Hey, I'm glad that you guys are racing them. It makes it fun for us to watch because tonight's race was it really was one of the best we've seen in a long time. So, man, any shout outs and all that you want to give out? Or Cameron, you got
definitely
questions for him?
What's that?
Cameron, you got any questions for him? Or Todd, you got any questions real quick?
Oh, Cameron doesn't like me.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't like Ride. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, go give your shout outs, dude.
I don't even know why he's talking to me. Cameron's just one of those guys, you know.
I hear you.
PG-13 guys, I can't stand them.
It's so bad.
Anyway, yeah, definitely a shout out to my teammates, Ross and Ryan. They did great. Definitely had a lot of fun. And shout out to my team, Satellite Racing, and everybody who helps us out over there. So, definitely been good, and I'm looking forward to the next race.
Hey man, that was a fun one to watch. Good job tonight.
Yep, thanks guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Driving out, man.
All right, guys, that is going to do it here from Road America. First race of the season. Todd, our next race is going to be when? Sunday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It'll be at Kansas.
All right, so we got some Daytona practice I'm probably going to be doing here in just a few minutes.
Yep.
That'll be it for us, though. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. Y'all have a great night. Take care as always, and God bless. We'll see y'all at the next one.